Namaskar, hello and welcome friends to Finavision, your one-stop solution for CFA exams. My name is Shushmit Aditya Mukherjee. I'm an educator and an investment research analyst, and this video is a short excerpt from the full class series for CFA Level 3 curriculum. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let's get started.
Data errors and biases. So what do we mean by data errors and biases? There are three kinds mainly that we'll discuss here. The first one is a transcription error. Transcription error is basically human error or machine error, or you can say if it's a human error, you can call it a silly mistake that somebody inadvertently put some data at the wrong time or put some wrong amount. Somebody made an error in terms of the time or the amount or both. So let's say the price at the end of day 3 of your data is showing 100 of a stock XYZ, let's say. Now actually let's say the price was 105. So this is an error in amount. Another way this error can happen is the data says it's day 3, but actually it was day 4 when the price was 100. This could be the case, right? Or other case can be that both the date and the time are wrong. So these are transcription errors. These are errors in recording the data. Then comes survivorship bias. Now, let's say you are investing in small cap stocks. And to understand the performance of small cap stocks, you are taking reference of the small cap stock index. Now that says the annual CAGR is 35%. But it does not show that there has been deletions and additions in the index itself. Many of the stocks which were there in the index 10 years back, 20 years back are not even in the business anymore. So this has survivorship bias. It does not include the information that many of the stocks which were there in the index are no more there in the index. But you are going to invest in individual stocks, so you have to include that factor. And let's say after including survivorship bias, you find that it is not 35%, it is actually 15%. Then you are in a better position, more informed position to make the decision that if I invest in small cap stocks, the risk, let's say it's 25% and I'll be getting a return of 15%. And if I invest in large cap stocks, the risk can be much less, it can be 15%, but I'll get a return of, let's say, only 8%. So this choice now you have, and you can make the choice in an informed way. If you remove the survivorship bias, this can be done. Then comes appraisal bias. This is also called smoothing bias. Let me write it, smoothing bias also. Smoothing bias. Now this happens if you try to create indexes or charts out of transactions which are infrequent. And this is very often happening when you're trying to create real estate price indexes, right? They have smooth data because transactions are infrequent. Let's say in a micro market XYZ, in the last 1 year, only 20 transactions have happened. And that also the properties are of different qualities, the sizes are different, the neighborhood is different, the pin codes are different, etc. The amenities are different, the configuration is different, etc. Now in this case, making comparisons becomes very difficult, and you want to smooth the data in applying different methods, and this creates an artificial sense of low volatility. Basically, so what smoothing does is it removes the chunkiness or the spikiness of the data and makes it smooth. And when you are looking at the data, you are seeing that there is much less volatility than there actually is, right? So this is one of the things that happens in case of appraisal data. This can also happen to high frequency data if the volatility is very high and you are looking at moving averages. Let's say you're trying to analyze the movement of stock prices over a period of 1 year when the VIX was very high, volatility index was very high. Let's say it was 30%. And over this 1 year period, you're trying to judge the index, based on 200-day moving average. Now there are high chances that you will make conclusions which are not appropriate. So this is called smoothing bias. So this can happen in stock market data also, right? So what we are doing here is we are trying to understand the different pitfalls and the ways mistakes can be made when we are trying to understand historical data, right? So one, we understood high frequency data, then we understood the regime problems which leads to non-stationarity, then the quantity of data where we are talking about how many variables you may have, where we are talking about how many variables against how many data points you must have. Then we talk about data distribution, and that depends on market scenarios, regimes, geopolitical scenarios and all those things, inflation, interest rates, etc., etc. All those things we have discussed. Then we speak about certain data errors and data biases. Data biases means which kind of biases? Survivorship bias. Is it data biases in the data? Then smoothing bias. Here the bias is in the data. Then transcription error. It's an error of recording the data, right? Now there are other biases also, psychological biases, emotional biases. We'll discuss them in the next section. But now we'll talk about ex ante versus ex post expectation. What do you mean by that?
The link to the full class video is given in the description below. Please check that out. Thank you so much friends for being with me till the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more such classes. Share your feedback in the comment section below and share this video with a friend who may find this helpful. For enrollment to practical application courses, internships and CFA curriculum classes, check the description below. Till then, keep watching Finnovision. See you in the next class.